And I'm excited to share with you today because I want to talk about focus. Whether you're contemplating issues and challenges, goals, objectives in the workplace, in your personal life, in your spiritual life, what's really necessary and what's often missing is focus. And Jesus had a really interesting way of talking about focus. I'm going to share it with you in just a second. It's in Matthew chapter 6. Um, but when you're focused on one thing, you tend to be more successful in doing that. You can complete it. Some people say, I've got to complete 3 things today. You focus on those 3 things, you get them done, and now your whole day is better. And there are other times when you're just like distracted, and so you're doing a bit of this, a piece of that. Next week you pick up another piece of that, and it seems that you never get anything done. But Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6, verse 22, he says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye is single, your whole body shall be full of light. That makes sense. But then he says, but if your eye is evil. So in one case, he says, if your body is full of light coming from a single source, if therefore your eye is single, your whole body is full of light. Your whole body is full of light because your eye is single. However, the contrast to that is if your eye is evil. He doesn't say distracted. He said evil. He says your whole body shall be full of darkness. No person can serve 2 masters. He will either hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold on to one and despise the other. He concludes by saying you cannot serve God and mammon. You can't serve God and mammon. And so the image we have here is of an eye that produces light in the body and an eye that produces darkness or evil. He calls that eye evil. And sometimes it's not that you have bad things you're pursuing, but you are not focused. And so you have to create opportunities so that you can be focused and do things, focused and work on things, whether they're personal, whether they're for your business, whether they're for your job, whether they're for your church. You have to take some time, make some time, and focus so that you can be committed to that idea or to that objective. Now let's step back from this a bit and let's talk about it in the general scheme of things, because what Jesus said was for us to first seek the kingdom and his righteousness, and all the things we need would be added. And so sometimes we know that that's a good idea, but the question is, will we seek first the kingdom? Will we continue to focus and seek first the kingdom in all that we're doing? So we can be focused or unfocused about the kingdom as well. And it's not just a project. I mean, the kingdom is the primary focus. Within that, there are these sub-projects, there are these sub-topics that we add in that we also are able to accomplish because we are pursuing the kingdom. We're able to accomplish those things because he empowers us, gives us wisdom, gives us the help of the Holy Spirit. But don't expect him to want to help you and to participate in all of your foolishness, all of your different little projects, if you can't put his kingdom first. I'm just going to say it like that, as plain as I can. If you are on one day seeking the kingdom and another day you're not, then I think that's evil eye. Just a thought, something for your consideration. It's not a declaration of your sinfulness. It's not a declaration. I'm not declaring anything about you. I'm just saying what my thoughts were. So let's get to what the truth of the word is. The truth of the word is saying that if you are focused and your eye brings in light, then light is all throughout your body in that Matthew 6 passage. But it says, if your eye is evil. So the admonition is to not let your eye be evil, to not be focused on multiple things, but to focus primarily on one thing, so that what comes in you is light, and so that light is a great light. And through your focus, through your making the kingdom a priority, Jesus's words himself were, he would add all the things you need to you. He's responsible for the thing. He becomes responsible. He takes on the responsibility of things in your life when you seek first the kingdom. So you cannot be perfect. You cannot be very good at a lot of things. But as you seek first his kingdom in what you do at work and how you do it, in your relationships and how you maintain them, then he becomes responsible for adding those things to you. I think that's very plain. Don't have an evil eye, Matthew chapter 6, but instead seek first the kingdom. Don't try to serve the wealth of the world. Don't try to serve Satan in that regard. Don't trade your soul so that you can gain the whole world and you fool around and lose it. But instead be focused on one thing, and that is to seek first the kingdom and his righteousness and allow him to add all things unto you. This works whether you're talking about business or whether you're talking about life or whether you're talking about your spiritual well-being. Seek first the kingdom and its righteousness. That's the truth. This is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. May God bless.